Welcome to Passion for the Pastime, where baseball lives 24/7, 365. Catch conversations with beat writers, broadcasters, current and former players of all levels. Now here's your host,
Walter Balsetta. Whoops, I fumbled. I got to get out of here.
Walter Balsetta.
Yo, what is up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Passion for the Pastime here, Christmas edition. It looks like in my home. We got the tree up. Oh, I got to get adjusted. Got the tree up. What do you guys think about it? Is it too early? Is it too early for Christmas? Rockin' New Era chiming in. Rockin', are you gonna watch and hang out during previews? Is that okay? Do you have earbuds in while you're getting ready to watch Wicked 2? Let me know in the comments. Let's see how long Rockin' is hanging out. Yes, Thanksgiving has not passed. That is true. Let me go ahead and pop this up so you guys can follow along. If it's easier for you, it might be easier for me. I don't know. But anyways, Thanksgiving hasn't even passed. Yes, that is true. But when you are awaiting the birth of a child, you never know how it's going to shake up your day, how it's going to shake up your holiday. So we're ahead of it. We are planners. We are good to go. We got the Christmas tree up. It is Christmas. It is Thanksgiving next week, which actually that leads me to my next point. Rockin's going to be missing this episode, which I won't be having an episode next week for him to miss because we will be doing Thanksgiving next week, right? So I'm going to be really busy next week, so we won't be doing one. I might be putting out some videos as we get closer to the winter meetings, but I will definitely let you guys know there won't be a scheduled live episode as of this moment. That could change on Friday. Maybe we'll have to see how the week goes, but as of right now, we're not going to do a show next week. We'll be back the Wednesday after that, which will be the Wednesday before winter meeting starts. And that's what we'll get into, all of the free agents that are available, all that kind of stuff. We'll get into all of that tonight. What we're going to do is we're going to take a look at kind of not necessarily a year in review, but we will look at the Giants roster as a whole as it stands right now, because, you got to kind of look and assess. That's what the year one was for Buster Posey. Year one was a year of assessment. Now we're going to go ahead and look at what the roster looks like going into the winter meetings, where they need to improve, where we're good, where we feel comfortable with. I'm going to get your thoughts on that as well. Everyone in the YouTube chat, I want to get your thoughts on what are the pros, what are the good things of this Giants team, what are the cons, what are the negative things, the things that need to be improved upon, and where the Giants should focus on entering the winter meetings. We'll get into all of that, and we'll talk a little bit of Thanksgiving, because I know I like I said, I got the Christmas tree up. We're celebrating the holidays, but Thanksgiving is coming first. We have to proceed in order, in chronological order of the holidays. So we will talk about Thanksgiving a little bit. Who's your turkey? Well, comp all the Giants players to your favorite or your least favorite Thanksgiving dish. Go ahead and let me know that in the YouTube chat as well. We'll talk about all of that, what we're thankful for this holiday season, whether it be the Giants, whether it be the Blue Jays putting up a fight. I don't know. You guys let me know here in the YouTube chat. But let's go on out and say what's up to everybody, because I see you guys all chiming in. The first one of the night, Rockin' New Era, even though he will be leaving us shortly to go watch Wicked 2. Give me the full rundown next time we get together. I got to know what you thought of the movie. But hey-o, Rockin' New Era, what is up, my guy? Let's see here. Good evening, cabron. What's up, Ernie Chavez? Good to see you in here as well. What else we got going on here? Yeah, we already talked about it, but I'll go ahead and let everybody know, if you don't know, Rockin' is missing out an episode of Passion for the Pastime to go watch Wicked 2. That is a hell of a move, and I know it was a move that he did not have the choice in making, but he's going with the wife, happy life, Rockin'. So you go ahead and do what you need to do, man. Let's see what else we got going on here. Mike Val, what's up, Mike? Good to see you in here. Yeah, baby. Yeah, what's up, man? Good to see you in here as well. Also, the cruise line is open. It is operational. We'll get into some of this the topics of the Giants. Like we said, the pros and the cons. So have your thoughts ready so we can get into that. Phone number right there on the scroll. Figured out how to get that going. 925-392-5348 is the phone number to call in. The cruise line for sure. Good evening, pod or past timers. What's up? Yeah, hell yeah, Ernie. Thank you. I thought Walter had a turtleneck. No, I did not have a turtleneck on. I actually got a haircut today. It's not done, but it's kind of done. It's kind of cut a little bit. Let's see what else we got going on here. Otis, what's up? My favorite guy to see here. Otis Bird, what is up, my guy? How are you doing tonight? You're correct. You're correct, Walter. I'll give you a pass. Thank you, Rockin'. Appreciate you, man. Place looks fantastic. Thank you, Mike. Don't look too hard. You might find some dust bunnies. Let's see what else we got. Hey, X, what's up, X? Good to see you in here on Passion for the Pastime. I saw your comment. You missed the I guess the inaugural. Is it an inaugural episode? If I took a hiatus, I don't know. It was the comeback show. It was the comeback show. I saw you missed it. You were disappointed, but I'm glad to see you in here tonight. Let's see what yeah, Rockin' chiming in. Before the movie starts, I want to say F the Dodgers and F Ohtani. Hell yeah, dude. 100% we got that in here. Pat H, what's up, Pat H? Good to see you in here as well. I'm here and driving. Drive safe, both hands on the wheel. The what do they tell you to do at DMV? Is it the 10 and 2 position? Is that what it is? The 10 and 2 shows how well I can drive. All right, let's see what else we got going on here. Del Cielo, baby, hell yeah, that's one of my favorite spots. Let's see what else we got going on here. Otis Bird, well, thanks, Walter. How are you? I'm doing great, man. I'm doing great. We're gonna get into this Giants talk here tonight. We're gonna talk some Giants, talk some pros, talk some cons. Might even get into a ranking system. I don't know. Is that something we want to do? We want to give letter grades to the position players, or not the position players, but the players on the team, how we're feeling about them, because there are certain spots when you look at the Giants roster that you feel comfortable with, but then there's others, obviously, and I feel like it's a lot more than others where you're kind of like, I would like to see something else there. I would like to see a little bit of improvement, but also, does the improvement, like Buster Posey was saying at the GM meetings in Las Vegas, does the improvement come from within? Are we banking on that for the success of the 2026 San Francisco Giants? And is that a reasonable ask? Like, one of the guys that I'm thinking of right now is Jung-Hoo Lee, right? I mean, that is a position in center field. He does a really good job with the glove, but there were times where the glove kind of did taper off a little bit. It did kind of fade when he was having his struggles at the plate. He did bounce back. He finished the year kind of strong. So, and it is also, you have to take it kind of with a grain of salt. It's his first full year in 162 in Major League Baseball. So he's also learning how to adjust his body moving through the grueling longevity of a 162. So I'm not necessarily ready to like kick the tires on Jung-Hoo Lee. It's just, he's one of those examples to where you're paying him, he has to be out there. So he's kind of one of those guys where you're banking on him having a bounce back or a better, more improved season in 2026. And that could be vital for the success of the San Francisco Giants. Let's go ahead and go back out to the YouTube chat. We got EB here. What's up, EB? Good to see you in here. Haven't talked to you in a while, although we have talked in the KMBR YouTube chat, but here on Passion for the Pastime, it has been a while. But let's see. I got some homework for you to look up. Parks Harper, got him in the Duvall trade. He's tearing up the fall league. All right, I got some homework, because to give it to you bluntly, Parks Harper, not even on my radar, but you say that he is tearing it up in the fall league. So we'll have to go ahead and take a look at what's going on in the fall league. But yeah, we'll have to see with that. It's really interesting with the Duvall trade, with what we're seeing with the returns, right? I mean, Parks Harper, if he was in that trade, and then obviously, what's his name? Well, actually, Gilbert was in a different trade, wasn't he? Who else was involved in the Duvall trade? Trying to think of that, but they did get a couple of prospects So yeah, I mean, that's also kind of a thing where you're looking at the Giants team is what I was talking about last week with would you entertain, if the Giants go down this road with this roster and not a lot of guys to improve the current roster that are brought in. Would you entertain the thought of trading Logan Webb, right? And I'm just throwing crap at the wall. You know what I mean? I don't want to trade Logan Webb. I love Logan Webb. He's actually one of the things when I'm looking at my rundown. He is one of the things that I am thankful for this Giants team is that I am thankful that Logan Webb is on this 2026 roster. I do not want to trade him. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. But I'm just saying, if you look to a potential haul to where you look at what this guy has done, his track record over the last 3 seasons, right? He's finished in the top 6 in the last 3 seasons, right? For Cy Young Award voting, he finished, I believe he finished 4th this year. He finished 6th last year, and then he finished a top 2, or was it 2? Last year. Hold on, I got it in my notes. I'm blanking on the accolades of Logan Webb. So he finished 4th this year. He had 2 top 5 finishes in the last 3 seasons. That's what it was. 2 top 5 finishes in the last 3 seasons. I believe last year because they had Blake Snell. Last year he finished 6th. The year before that, when he lost to Blake Snell in the Cy Young Award, he finished 2nd. That's what it was. All right, just rejogging my memory. Sorry about that. It's been a long day, guys. But yeah, so like it's things like that to where if this team does struggle moving forward into this new kind of Tony Vitello area of the Giants time, it's just do you entertain trading a big fish like a Logan Webb? Or hell, even Elliot Ramos or any of those guys. I know a lot of people have said Bryce Eldridge, but I wouldn't want to do that. I mean, he's a power bat, something that is really a hard commodity to come across for the San Francisco Giants organization. But if you can get a haul, is what I'm trying to say. I'm really long-winded with this, but if you can get a really big haul for Logan Webb, and the Giants are just kind of sputtering and not really improving, you do kind of have to look at the organizational, betterment, right? You have to look at bringing in a lot of younger pieces. That is the key to improving this team, right? I mean, you always want to get that big bat. You always want to spend in free agency, but how you keep a team, relevant, how you keep a team just continuing to be competitive year in and year out, and then turn 2-3 years turn into a decade. It is the farm system. It is the developmental process. I feel like that has been a big bugaboo for the Giants in the last decade. I mean, since they've won the World Series titles, but even prior to that, like their development hadn't been great. It hadn't been great prior to that. But those that decade with Bruce Bochy and Brian Sabian, those were the golden years, right? We want to try to get back to that. Obviously, you can't replicate it, but you can try to do the small things to get back to what it looked like, right? And what is that? It's pitching and it's defense. So we will definitely talk about that. Let's go back out to the YouTube chat really quickly. I think I do have a phone call, so I'm going to go ahead and put that on hold. I think I do have the phone call ready to go. So let me go ahead and clean up the YouTube chat really quickly. Let's see what else we got going on. Rocket New Era says that, all right, got to go. Wish I could call in later, y'all. Be back next week. I'll call in next week as well. Well, Rocket, I won't be here next week, but you can definitely call in. But not saying it's going to get picked up, but you can definitely call. Otis talking here. Yep, saying bye to Rocket New Era. Infielder and outfielder, Walter, that might be our answer. Second base, yeah. Well, that's the thing, right? I mean, when you're looking positionally, and when you're looking at the position players, obviously we'd want to get a upgrade at second base. I think that's the glaring needs is the upgrade at second base. Are you comfortable with going with Casey Schmidt, right? I mean, he's also a guy that he does really well with his glove. You're still trying to figure out what he has with the bat. He's shown glimpses, but hell, so did Tyler Fitzgerald. You remember that? I mean, we're kind of in the same boat as we were in years past, to where we see them kind of finish out the year, and you go into next year as saying, well, this can be the guy at that position. Tyler Fitzgerald was that guy, and now we're saying the same thing about Casey Schmidt. He has a better glove, right? So you don't really have that issue. But do you want to have another Patrick Bailey in the lineup? And what I mean by that is having someone that is a defensive wizard that can get gold gloves and do all these things and not lose you a game defensively. That's fantastic. But if you have another guy that isn't up to the level of a Patrick Bailey, because I think Patrick Bailey is the position that is the difference, right? I feel like that is the position that is the difference, to where he plays a pivotal role in the success of the pitching staff, not only the starting five, but in the bullpen as well. You can sacrifice him not having a fantastic back. Now, will he run into one? Will he hit one down the, off the wall, and it takes a weird bounce and he makes an inside the park home run? Yeah, he could do that. He probably won't do that again, but I'm saying it's possible for Patrick Bailey. Casey Schmidt, he doesn't have the glove of that caliber to where he's going to be in gold glove conversation right now. I think that that's a possibility down the line. But again, you don't want to sacrifice an elite glove for a bat that you don't know what you have offensive output wise. Like I said, you can't have multiple guys that are defensive specialists, because where the hell does the offense come from? That is a problem. That's what they ran into last year. That's why they traded for Rafael Devers. It just didn't work out. But anyways, I digress. So let's go ahead and get back out to the YouTube chat. Young catcher Walter. Yes. They oh yeah, that's who they traded for, right? That's who they traded for, that young catcher that we are. I'm trying to remember his name, but I'm drawing a blank on that. I got my position grades, Mike Val, and guess what? He called in. He's been on the hold for about 3 minutes. I think we are good to go to the cruise line. Mike Val, are you there, buddy?
Hey, Walt, happy holidays, man.
What's up, dude? Happy holidays to you. Yeah, man.
I haven't been able to talk ball in a while, so
doesn't it feel nice? Doesn't it feel nice to talk ball?
I'm glad.
I mean, I know we're all...
we got the tree up and everything.
Oh yeah, no, for sure, man. It's the holidays here. It's the holidays here, but isn't it nice, Mike, to kind of like just talk ball? I mean, obviously we're in the middle of football season and we all love football, and we're loving all these other sports with Warriors and hell, even the Sharks, man. Macklin Celebrini, I mean, is the next coming of Wayne Gretzky. So it's incredible stuff.
I've been watching a lot of Sharks.
Yeah, dude, a lot of Sharks. But I mean, it's kind of refresh. It's like a breath of fresh air to talk some Giants baseball, to talk some ball with some seam heads, some pastimers here on Passion for the Pastime.
The most intriguing question of the night first. Just your thoughts on stealing the assistant hitting coach from Toronto, and everything they accomplished last year with the no strikeouts and the team league leading batting average. What do you know about that guy, if anything, that you could tell us?
Yeah, I mean, I honestly, I don't know too much about him. It's kind of, this is a coaching staff that I would say, Mike, that we are going to learn a lot about them. It's going to be one of the most intriguing off seasons, intriguing spring trainings, intriguing first 2-3 months of the season, to where we figure out what these guys know, right? I mean, the guy from Toronto, I think his name was Hunter Mentz, right? It rhymed with Hunter Pence.
Mentz, right?
Yeah. So Hunter Mentz from Toronto, the assistant hitting coach. He's been around there for a couple of years. I want to say that he started working there with Toronto in, I want to say it was 2022, or it might have been 2023. So he's been around for a couple of seasons there.
Just 4 or 5 years.
Yeah. So he's been around for a couple of seasons there in Toronto. Now, again, I don't know a lot about him, but if you want to go with where he's coming from and what we saw just in this last World Series with the Toronto Blue Jays, that is an offense. Obviously, they have the talent that the Giants wish, they dreamed that they had on their roster, right? I mean, who's going to be their Vlad Jr., right? Who's going to be there at that time?
Right.
Bo,
I mean, even
Bichette.
the unsung heroes, right?
Right. So I mean,
even the unsung heroes, he was getting great play out of some of the veterans too.
Oh yeah, no. So I mean, what's his name? Clement, right? One of those guys. There's a lot of guys on that Blue Jays team that were performing at a high level, right? So you look at what they did on the biggest stage. You hope that translates over to the Giants, the Giants organization, and to their hitting philosophy, right? Because what I will say is that the Blue Jays, how they have all these superstars and they had all of these guys that had a lot of pop and hit a lot of home runs. They were a team that put the ball in play. They were a team that did not strike out. Right. They went into every single at bat, Mike. They went into every single at bat with a different approach every single pitch. It wasn't just the analytical approach to where you're swinging the same type of bat every single pitch. It doesn't matter the count, doesn't matter the situation. No, they played situational baseball. And unfortunately, some of those situations didn't plan out for the Toronto Blue Jays in Game 6 and Game 7, but they played situational baseball, and they made the proper adjustments. That is where, when you go back and look at Pat Burrell, I wanted to see that from Pat Burrell, and that never happened. There was never any adjustments. It was and I was surprised, man. I was surprised that it was not
just the game by game, in game stuff. I get you, man.
I was really surprised, man. I was really surprised from Pat Burrell, being that he's cut from a different cloth. He wasn't with this analytical nonsense, right? I was really surprised to see him not make the necessary adjustments or at least preaching to the guys. Obviously, the players, the hitters, the guys that you have on the roster have to execute said game plan, right? So I don't know what was being preached, but all I'm saying is looking at the quality of work from what the Giants had done under Pat Burrell and what the Blue Jays had done with this assistant hitting coach. That's the only thing that I can point to where I'm like, that's the type of baseball that the Giants need to do. That's the type of baseball that wins baseball, is the adjustments, right? And they just weren't making those in years past. So that's why I'm really excited. And then I don't know if you were going to get into the pitching side of things with their new guy that they picked up from the Brewers. I'm drawing a blank on his name. What's his name? I have him here.
I can't remember.
Oh, Justin Message. Justin Message is his name. 45-year-old pitching coach for the Brewers. But he worked with Jacob Mizorowski, right? I mean, the phenom in Milwaukee. So then you look at that hire, and it's like
all they've done.
Yeah, dude. I mean that pitching staff, and he's been there for a good while too. So you look at that pitching staff and where they are. That's kind of where you want the Giants to be at, right? I mean, the type of team that the Brewers are is what I wish the Giants would be in that ballpark. It is a scrappy team, homegrown, and with their
speed.
Yeah, with their pitching, man, with their pitching being the strength of it. They just got Brandon Woodruff back on the qualifying offer, so I mean their rotation is pretty gnarly. So, but then I look at that, like with him working with Mizorowski, recently and in the minors, is that kind of a tell on what the Giants are going to do this offseason? Are they going to beef up the starting rotation? Are they going to go out there and get a Framber Valdez? Are they going to go out there and get another starter? Or is it kind of more of
I don't know. I'm seeing a lot of D's on the letter grades.
Yeah.
At other spots, at other spots besides starter.
Yeah, man. I mean, it's going to be really interesting. Yeah.
Very scary for us.
What was that?
I don't know. I was just thinking. I'll go through the grades real quick. I just put them together.
Yeah.
As quick as I could.
You got like position,
entire position, right?
Position grades.
So
Mike?
like starters starters a C, bullpen a D, catcher a B. It's just given the backup catcher really not being there yet.
You said
First base,
catcher.
obviously.
You said catcher
we can hope for an A.
B. Hold on, Mike. Hold on. Slow down,
catcher
Mike.
A B.
Catcher a B like boy.
Yeah, B is in boy
All right.
for not having a backup for Bailey. That's the only reason.
Okay.
Because Bailey's going to play 120 games, maybe, right?
I'd probably give it like a C plus.
But
I might give it a C plus just because the bat of Patrick Bailey. I mean, it's almost it's non-existent sometimes. But go ahead. I like the grades. Go ahead.
First base, I love the idea of Devers and Eldridge splitting time, and that's an A. Second base, a C, and that's mainly because I do believe Schmidt can have one of those breakout years.
Yeah.
But I'm not relying on it, and we don't really have a backup there.
Let me ask you this before
Tyler Fitzgerald kind of flamed out there last year.
Well, so let me ask you this: do you feel more confident in Casey Schmidt than you did Tyler Fitzgerald?
Yes.
Okay.
And I was calling for Tyler Fitzgerald to win the Willie Mack Award, but I'm holding my horses on all that this year. I do think Casey could be a 20 home run guy, though.
Okay. All right.
I'm just going to throw that out there.
Yeah. I like it. Keep going.
So, like Adames, shortstop B, no real backup again. Third base an A, only because Schmidt can back up Matt Chapman, and they both play fantastic defense, right?
Yeah.
Left field C, center field B, right field a D.
I mean, who the hell's playing right
field? Right field?
Yeah, I was gonna say who you giving that D to?
With Drew Gilbert?
Yeah, who you giving that D to, Mike?
Can I bust in on that? If we're gonna
go ahead.
If we're gonna draft, hire, and trade for Tony V guys, like, can we trade for Christian Moore, who hit like 198 last year? He was like College World Series, maybe MVP. I'm not sure, but he had 34 and 24 for Tony. Yeah. And obviously he's on the Angels, and Menasians are brothers, and he plays second base, left field, and right field.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just throwing that one out there for fun. But the last thing is, I just want to drop a little plan for Bryce. Let him be him. Let him be a DH and a relief pitcher. Let's not worry about is Devers going to play DH or first base? Like, let Bryce naturally take his job at first over time, right? Let Bryce just be a pitcher in relief spots that are like, oh, damn, we're getting our butt kicks. Let's throw Bryce out there because we ain't got no pitchers left in the bullpen and they can use a rest this year. Something like that. Really, really really small expectation.
Yeah, I mean, Bryce Eldridge. I just got to say this about the first base position, because it is an intriguing one, right? And I'm fully on board with what you're saying, in that let him kind of take over the first base in time, right? You don't have to force it, because I just got to say, bro, Rafael Devers looked pretty damn good last year at first base, being that he just started playing first base when he got traded. I mean, that was his transition. And obviously he could have improvement.
Major league plays over there.
Oh yeah, he can have improvement, of course. Doubt. But dude, I mean, for a guy to take over first base, to take over that position, that has kind of been a position in flux, and for him to do it, learning it at the same time as being an offensive force for this Giants team, my hat's off to Rafael Devers, man, for pulling that off, because that was a really impressive showing, to where I'm okay with him being at first base for a full season. And like you said, Bryce Eldridge, he'll come in here, he'll DH a little bit, he'll be at first base. You don't have to force him there. You don't have to force him to be the everyday first baseman. You just make him kind of adapt. You make him adapt to major leagues. You have him get more comfortable at the plate, because I'll tell you this, if he goes out at first base and he makes an error He's young. He's gonna take that to the batter's box, and it could mess him up drastically. Yeah, exactly.
True, very true.
Yeah, man.
That does happen to countless guys.
So real quick before I let you go, Mike, real quick, who would you want the Giants to because we just kind of broke down the position grades and how you're feeling about things. So it sounds like obviously right field is a position of need. You're maybe banking on Casey Schmidt to have a really big year this year for the Giants at second base. So how are you feeling about the rotation? Are you kind of set with what they have currently with the young guys? Do you want them to go get a veteran? Do you want them to get one of these top tier guys in free agency? What is your main target right now going into the winter meetings? Who are you looking at?
Kind of an unexpected one. Well, simply because we had Verlander pitch last year in his 40s, and he's obviously leaving, it seems. And, we've seen that. I think we got a great ballpark where guys can turn their careers around in pretty easily. And that doesn't necessarily mean an injury or not. Maybe it means you played at a hitter's ballpark for a few years and your ERA went sky high. So guys like Dylan Cease is, who've thrown a no hitter and been there, done that strikeout, machine. Maybe I'd give him a look instead of Mad Max and save the money to try to add somewhere.
Yeah. I mean,
no,
I got you. Sorry, okay. I was reading the YouTube chat, but yeah, no, I mean, Mad Max. It'd be interesting. I mean, are we going to go down that route again just to see these Hall of Famers come through San Francisco once again? I mean, obviously we did the Justin Verlander experiment. How much in the tank does Max Scherzer have? I mean, you mentioned going out there and getting guys tied to Tony Vitello. I mean, Max Scherzer is one of those guys. So it'll be really interesting. It'll be interesting if he's able to come over here because you look at the rotation and what they need, right? I mean, this, if I remember correctly, this is the last year of Robbie Ray, right? This is the last year of Robbie Ray under contract.
It says he has 2 years left, but I thought it was one myself. I
believe 2026. I have to look that up, but I believe 2026 is his final season. Okay. So you got Logan Webb obviously locked up for a long time. You got Landon Rube. You got all these other young guys, Carson Wisenhunt, Hayden Birdsong, what they can do, whatever. Like I was mentioning earlier with the hiring of Justin Message from the Brewers, does that indicate that they're going to go a little bit more of building up these guys and working with the young pitchers? I mean, it could be, yeah. and it might be something that's needed.
I still believe
right?
in Birdsong.
Oh, 100%. 100%. He has what it takes. It's just, for him, it's a mental thing. It's a mental thing, and mechanically, he lost a lot of confidence, and that messed with his mechanics. So he'll just have to get back on that mound and believe that he's a major league pitcher like he was, because he was one of the most electric pitchers out there for the Giants at certain points of the season. So, but with those guys, right? I mean,
it's so shaky right now, isn't it?
Yeah, it's so shaky.
It's so shaky right now. Yeah, looking at it.
Yeah, when you look at that rotation, man. I mean,
can we pencil him in at 3, 4, 5? What are we?
No,
we got to get something.
No, and that's where, because I was talking with Danny Dunn, and I actually was going to have Danny Dunn on the podcast tonight, but he got done doing a bed frame. Which we'll talk about next time he's on the show. But we were talking. He was. I don't know if he was riffing or if he really meant this, but he said that the Giants, that he felt like they were in a better position this year than they were last year, and I winced at it because I'm just like, I don't know. I felt pretty damn confident about the pitching staff last year. And we know that the bread and butter and for Giants baseball to be successful, it has to be built on, what does Buster Posey say? Pitching and defense. And the pitching I think for me, it's taken a step back with losing obviously guys like Blake Snell and other guys. Losing Justin Verlander, I mean, he was there, but you felt a little bit more comfortable when he was penciled in there every fifth day, right? So now you're looking at guys like Kai Wei Tang, you're looking at Trevor McDonald. You're looking at Landon Roop, which I like me some Landon Roop.
Yeah, hope.
Looking at Hayden
Landon
Birdsong,
Roop,
man.
Landon Roop's the guy I really believe in.
Yeah, so I mean, you start looking at some of these guys, and it's just like, I don't know. I would like to see a Framber Valdez in there.
Yeah,
that's all I'm saying.
I got you.
Yeah,
I got you. But I hear you on the other side of that. It's like the same thing. We gotta really focus on getting the most out of some of these young guys too. So
yeah,
it's been great. I just started at CCSF doing just some film work for them or whatnot.
All right.
For the baseball team. But I just wanted to let you know that, and that was pretty fun. I had my first day out there.
Nice, man. Hell
a couple days ago. So.
Hell yeah, dude. Well, congrats on that. And Mike, look forward to talking to you as we bring this podcast back, man. I mean, we love talking baseball.
Yeah, right on.
I know you do. I do. Everyone else in the YouTube chat, everyone watching here from Passion for the Pastime. So we'll definitely continue to do this as long as I'm able. As long as I'm able. But Mike, really appreciate you calling in tonight, man. You have a good one.
Happy holidays, man.
All right, man. Happy holidays to you. That was Mike Val calling in. Everybody, if you do want to have a conversation and you want to chime in on the Giants offseason, 925-392-5348 is the phone number. 925. What was it? Babe Ruth, the year I was born. Melky Cabrera, Pablo Sandoval. That is the phone number here on Passion for the Pastime. Let's get back out to the YouTube chat. In the meantime, we might have an appearance from Eric Engel. He hasn't texted me. I think he might still be doing his podcast over there on Locked On because he has like an hour-long podcast that he does now. So I don't know where the hell he is, but I did send him the invite. He hasn't messaged me back. So I will let you guys know if we are going to speak with Triple E Eric Engel here in a little bit. But let's get back out to the YouTube chat really quickly. Let me take a little sip of my Coke over here. Jesus, excuse me, guys. I have a mute button. I can mute you guys. Hold on. Oh, was that awkward silence or what? My goodness. All right. All right, let me find a good spot to put this. I don't want to get all excited and drop my Coke. All right, so let's go over here into the YouTube chat. Lori Galvin checking in. We need pitching. Yes, we do. We kind of just got into that with Mike. And that might be the biggest I don't want to call it a con. Of the Giants team, but in respect to last year, at this point last year, I was more comfortable with the pitching rotation that they had established. Or I guess not necessarily last year, but the pitching rotation that they had going into spring training. I felt more confident in than I do right now, because right now, I mean, you don't even like what me and Mike were talking about. You don't know who's going to be in the rotation. I mean, you have Logan Webb, you have Robbie Ray for one more year. You have Landon Roop, and then everyone else is just kind of, I mean, and do you have Landon Roop? Like, he kind of tailed off a little bit too. I'm confident in him. I think that he's going to have a great year moving forward. But all I'm saying is I named three guys. It's a 5-man rotation, and obviously you need bodies. You need other guys. You need more than 5. We've seen that from the Dodgers. I mean, that's you see that all across baseball. You don't need a rotation of 5 guys. You kind of need 4 solid ones and 9 to 10 other guys that can start on any given day. So yes, pitching, I think, is something that again, if we're going to go with what Buster Posey has said in years past, or as early as the GM meetings, is that you need some pitching and defense, right? You need pitching and defense. That's what gets it done. That's what got it done. And that's what they got to get back to. So Lori Galvin checking in there. Wes checking in. What's up, Wes? Good to see you in here, man. You were talking about Almanac. Who's going to Almanac? Is it Dirty Work? Is Dirty Work going to Almanac at some point? Let me know what day that is, because I missed that memo, but maybe they are going to Almanac. I don't know. Or are you guys just going to Almanac? Are you inviting me to Almanac? Is that All right, but let's see what Wes is talking about. Pitching and a steady right fielder. Now, who wants to go get Kyle Tucker? That's not going to happen. I'm just telling you guys right now, when we get into Giants free agents, or not Giants free agents, but free agents that the Giants can go and acquire, we'll get into that when I come back after the holiday. We'll do that on, I believe that's scheduled for a December. What did I have here? December 3rd? Is that a December 3rd? Yeah, December 3rd. We'll be back talking about some potential Giants targets. I'll talk about Kyle Tucker. I'll entertain Kyle Tucker. Kyle Tucker ain't coming here, guys. I'm just saying, when we look at the Giants offseason this year, I don't believe that there's going to be a lot of movement. I don't believe that let me dial back. Not saying that there's not going to be a lot of movement. I'm saying that there isn't going to be that big splash, that big dollar amount that'll be attached to somebody. And what that means is everyone in the top 10, I don't foresee them coming to the Giants. I don't see that. And I would love to be wrong. I would love to see a guy like Framber Valdez come over. He's a lefty. Get him in there. He could take over for Robbie Ray. I love his pitching style. It matches what the Giants can do. And he's just a workhorse, man. He goes out there, he competes. He's like a Logan Webb 2.0. I would love to see that. I would love to see him in orange and black. But I don't think the Giants are going to spend money like they have in the previous years, and or I guess the previous year, because they went out and got a lot of guys. They went out and got Willie Adames. They paid him, and they traded for a guy that they're going to have to pay. So it's going to be an offseason to what I think is the Giants aren't going to make. They're not going to spend that top dollar like we did see a little bit of last year. I think that they're going to try to solve it from within, because something that Buster Posey was talking about a lot was saying that they have to solve it from within. And what does that mean? I mean, it means the guys that are on the roster right now need to play better than what they did last year. And it also means that organizationally, philosophically, that the Giants have to do better at developing the talent that they have in their system. So let's go back out to, but I'm with you, Wes. I'm with you 100%, man. Like, I would love to see a steady right fielder. I mean, right now, when Mike gave the D grade to right field, I jokingly asked him, I said, wait, hold on. Who are you giving the D to? Like obviously, yes, just the position, just the depth chart of that position. But who the hell is the right fielder? like who are we penciling in there? Is it going to be Gilbert? Is it going to be Luis Matos? Like who's going to be that guy? I never thought that I'd say this, but I think I miss Mike Yastrzemski. I'm just saying. I think I miss Mike Yastrzemski. I never thought that I'd ever say those words. But let's go back out to the YouTube chat really quickly, or not quickly. I mean, we're taking our time here. Ernie Chavez chiming in. I thought I saw a report Tennessee pitching coach joining the Giants. I don't believe so. Maybe I might have missed that, but they got Justin Message from the Brewers as their pitching coach. There could be other coaches obviously joining the staff, but I don't know if Message was from Tennessee at one point, because all these guys are linked to Vitello at some point. I would assume that it went through Tennessee. I'm not sure where Message comes from, but I do know that he was working with the Brewers last year and the last couple years too. Let's see here, what else we got. Oh, I just skipped everyone. My apologies. EB, Milwaukee pitching coach. Your way. Yeah. So we talked about that. Oh shit, I'm late. Yes, you are. AJ, what's up, bro? The phone lines have been ringing. I haven't heard from you, bro. You need to give me a call. No, I'm just kidding. But what's up, AJ? Good to see you in here. Wes chiming in. What does Wes say? Top 3 starting pitchers for me would be Framber Valdez, Framber Valdez. You didn't put Valdez, but I'm interjecting the last name. Framber, Zach Gallen, and Ranger Suarez. Yes, I like. Do I like Ranger Suarez more than Zach Gallen? I might like Ranger more than Zach Gallen. I feel like there's a lot of mileage on a Zach Gallen. I don't know how much he has left in the tank is what I'm saying. But I could be wrong. And he might be somebody that's on the Giants radar. I mean, I would love to see any of those three. Just give me someone. Just give me a pitcher. I am fiending for a pitcher. And by the way, what we didn't get to, and what I'll get to a little bit more next podcast on the December 3rd. The Japanese pitcher. I don't want to mess up his name. Imai, right? Isn't it Tuyutso Imai? I think that's how you say it. But anyways, the pitcher from Japan, he posted not too long ago. He posted a couple of days ago, and what that means is has until January 2nd, 45-day window is open. Also, Murakami, right? Munetaka Murakami, he posted as well, but he posted a couple of days before Imai. So I want to say that the deadline for Murakami is before the new year, 45 days, unless it was announced. I don't know if it was announced that he was posting and then they posted on the same day. But regardless, both of them are posted and they have 45 days from the day that they were posted to receive contract offers. And then I don't believe anything needs to be agreed upon, but that's the deadline for you to submit a bid for their services. So Imai is one of those guys. I did post in here, not in here, but I did post. I was going to pull up a graphic for you guys because I'm working off of my iPad, so you guys don't care, but I'm working off of my iPad, so I'm a little bit more limited as far as the graphics that I can pull up. But I did have the ranking system of the Giants or the suitors for Imai, right? And I swear I hope I'm saying his name right. If I'm butchering this, let me know how bad I'm fucking it up in the YouTube chat, guys. But let's see what it is. Oh, Tatsuyutsa Imai. This was his top landing spots. And I'm just going to show this to you guys so we can have a little laugh. You guys see? I'm doing a Greg Papa right now. Do you guys see who's number one? Let me. Oh, there it is. Number one. It's a little fuzzy. San Francisco Giants. I laughed out loud when I saw that because I'm like, looks like the Roki Sasaki thing all over again. I'm ready to get hurt. I'm ready to get hurt again. Right? Is that how we're all feeling? But anyways, so the Giants, I mean, anyone who's anyone is on this list. But the fact that the Giants are listed number one kind of infuriates me because I know he's not coming here. Like if he comes here, I'd be happy. I'd be happy. But I'm not counting on it. He posted a 1.92 ERA with 178 strikeouts and 163 2/3 innings last year in Japan. So other teams that are included or that are going to acquire his, or I guess top landing spots for Imai are the Giants, number one. Number two, the Mets. Number three, the Red Sox. Number four, Yankees. Blue Jays on that list. Cubs, Dodgers, Padres, Orioles, and Diamondbacks. I think it's literally a copy and paste of the Roki Sasaki from last year. So again, we'll talk about that more next podcast episode when we get into the free agent targets and who we're looking at. But tonight we're kind of focusing on the Giants. And it's kind of a back and forth conversation. So where we're talking about pitchers, we're talking about how we're feeling about the Giants roster. Obviously, that leads us into the conversation of the free agents, but we'll definitely dive into it more next time when we reconvene here on Passion for the Pastime. Let's go back out to the YouTube chat. AJ Cruz progress. Whose progress? My progress or your progress? AJ Cruz. I'm almost at AJ West actually. Which would be a hell of a combination. But 415 West says Michael King would be awesome to go after as well. Yeah, Michael King would be great. Michael King would be one of those guys. I mean, when you look at the free agent trackers as far as the starting pitchers, I think I have him I think he's number 4 for the starting pitchers that are out there. Maybe he might be number 5. I'd have to go back and look at my list. Actually, I think I have my list right here. Let's see here. No, that's not my list. That's something else. What is it? What is that? I think I'm hearing something. Nope, just me. All right, let's see what else we got going on here. I'm going to Almanac December 12th. All right, AJ, good to see you. Come on, Walter. What? Come on, what? December 12th. Wait, you guys are all going. Oh, Dirty Work is hosting, I think. All right. Well, I don't know where I'll be December 12th, guys. I might be changing diapers. So we'll see. If I'm not changing diapers, the little guy isn't here. Maybe I'll be out there. Maybe I'll be out at Almanac. Is it Almanac? Which Almanac? Oh, I'm sorry, I missed it. Alameda. Okay, thank you. I have to read. Let's see here. Tucker ain't coming here. You're right, Walter. Yeah, no, he's not coming here. Let's see what player. Mike Val chiming in. What player would you be most surprised Buster went and got in a good way, but surprised? I would be surprised if he got any of the top 10. Honestly, I would be surprised if he got any of the top guys that we were talking about here over the last how long have we been on here for the last 53 minutes? I'd be surprised if he got Framber. I'd be surprised. I would be pleasantly surprised if he got Framber. Kyle Tucker not coming here. He's not going to be a Giant. So let's see what else we got going on here. Bring me in, bitch. All right, I'm going to bring you in. There he is. That is how we bring him in to the chat here. Oh, what the hell? Oh, I forgot I had that background, bro. What's up, Eric? Bringing in Eric Engel. What's up?
What's up, man? How you doing? How you been? It's been a minute since the passion for the pastime has been revived.
It's been a while, man. It's been a while. And what the hell are you wearing? You wearing a Ronnie Lott jersey?
Ronnie Lott, 42, baby. We just finished up the Lockdown 49er squad show with former 49er Dwayne Board and Brian Peacock, and I'm hoping for a Monday night win against the Panthers because that's a pretty important game, man. But we got to talk some Giants baseball, dude. I mean, Tony Vitello and company. I am with this team right now.
Oh yeah, are you hosting the podcast or am I hosting the podcast? You're just like, yeah, just saying all these things. They're like, we got to get.
I'm just trying to help you out. I'm just trying to set you up. You know what I mean?
We've been getting into all this, bro. Where you been at? We've been doing this for the last hour. No, I'm just kidding. Thank you for coming on here and talking some Giants ball with me. And yeah, all you guys know Triple E, Eric Engel. From the Locked On Podcast Network. How many different podcasts are you doing now, dude? Because you had the postcast, you have this hour-long one now. Like I don't know what the hell you're doing anymore now these days.
Yeah, we got right now primarily the Lockdown 49ers squad show, which we do twice a week, once following the 49ers game, whether it's Monday, Sunday, Thursday, whenever. We go live after the conclusion, and then we do a show on Wednesdays as well. It's an hour-long show doing the 3-man weave, which I will say, man, 3-man weave is a little tough. The 3-man weave is challenged Triple E in getting in a rhythm with everybody. But I think we found a good flow at this point, and it's been fun, man, especially hanging out with Dwayne Board. It's not every day that you get to just hang out with a 4-time Super Bowl champion, you know, and I get the luxury of having him as my co-host every twice a week. So that's pretty cool. We will be starting up the Locked On Warriors squad show at some point in time. A change to the Warriors format for the show. We aren't doing the postcast for the Warriors anymore, and that will be getting going pretty soon here. We got some things in the works that we'll announce when the time is right. But
all right.
Giants, as far as Giants goes, still doing the Locked On Giants postcast. That is every day, and that will remain the same. There's only one way to cover baseball because it's such a grind, and it's to cover it every day.
It's a grind, bro. It's so much of a grind that I got out in like August. I wasn't doing it anymore. I was just like, I can't do it with this team. I don't know how you sickos do this. 162, but no, thank you for coming by, man. We've been talking a lot. The theme of tonight is kind of because obviously we're gonna get into free agents and all that kind of stuff. I'm gonna do that on a later podcast, but obviously naturally it'll come up in our conversation. But mainly, I'm kind of assessing what this Giants team is right now, looking at what they have to improve on or what we're comfortable with going into the 2026 season. So right now, I mean, let me just ask you, just blatantly, let's just run through the team, right? Who are your pros of this Giants team as it currently stands, and who are your cons? Let's start with the pros.
Number one pro, obviously, Logan Webb. I mean, this guy is as consistent gets, and that's where you hang your hat. And that's what the 49ers need to, or the 49ers, it's what the Giants need to do is continue to get Webby some help. You know what I mean? You gotta beef up what's around him, because I think that you thought that the pitching staff was going to be a plus for the Giants this last year, and it was at times. I mean, Robbie Ray looked really good, but I mean, that's got to be a big X factor for the Giants this year. Is can Robbie Ray's arm stay attached to his body after how many innings he threw last year?
Yeah,
post Tommy John and all that. It's the most that he's thrown, and he's getting up there in age, man. This isn't a spry young man anymore. He's a wily vet, and he's a guy who throws hard. And I mean, he can hear him out there grunting like Serena Williams whenever he throws a pitch, and I think that it's going to be really tough if you rely on Robbie Ray to repeat what he did last year, which means the Giants got to go and sign Ace 1B to Logan Webb's 1A, right? And there's some guys out there, but it's gonna be a bidding war for a lot of them, and the Giants don't have the best track record in winning those bidding wars in seasons past, but you do got a few options: Dylan Cease, Framber Valdez, Ranger Suarez, and I mean, maybe like a Michael King. Or a Zach
Wes just brought him up. Michael King. Yeah. That might be, out of all of the free agent pitchers out there. I would say that's probably, he'd probably be number 4, number 5 on my wish list, but a damn good grab if you're able to get him. I think that it's more likely that he goes back to New York. I think that he's going to be either with the Mets or with the Yankees. I think that's going to be where he ultimately ends up. But I would love to see him in orange and black. I mean, like you just said, man, I mean, talking about Robbie Ray, which by the way, he's 34. He just turned 34 in October. I'm 33 myself. And it's a damn hey man, it's a damn grind. It's a grind to get out of bed in the morning. So I mean, I'm just throwing that out there. I'm just throwing that out there and let everybody know. I mean, hey, 34. He pitched pretty damn good last year, and he's definitely in a lot better shape than I am. But you know, you don't want to rely on that. You don't want to have to rely on that for another season, especially what he's gone through with Tommy John, right? So he looked great last year, but you figure at some point, right, it's going to catch up to him. It's going to catch up to him, like it did with Christian McCaffrey, right? I mean, at some point, it's going to catch up to him. That's what happens to all the running backs. Running backs are kind of similar to pitchers in that aspect, to where there's so much wear and tear on their bodies through the longevity of a season, to where it's only a matter of, it's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when, right? So Robbie Ray, that's an interesting one. But the fact that you brought up, you know, that we need to get a Ace 1B, right, to Logan Webb, that is crucial, because correct me if I'm wrong, I said this in the YouTube chat, and I was talking to Mike Val, he called in earlier. I believe Robbie Ray has one more year, right? Like, he's done after 2026. Do you know that? All right. So go ahead and look that up, because I think that he's done after this year. So if this is his final season as the orange and black, what's the plan after that? I mean, are you just going to hand the keys to Landon Roop? Are you going to hand it to Carson Wisenhunt, like Hayden Birdsong? Like, are those guys that we're going to call the 1Bs to Logan Webb? I would say no. That's my answer. But now you look at the free agents that are potentially options for the Giants. You look at Framber Valdez. You look at Ranger Suarez. You look at Michael King, right? You look at all these guys that there's a lot of potential, but especially for me, when I look at Framber Valdez, he screams the San Francisco Giant. Like his arsenal, the way that he pitches, the way that he goes about and prepares, he just looks like a San Francisco Giant. And oh, by the way, he pitches from the left side. Clear replacement for Robbie Ray.
Yeah, I mean, he would be. I think that's got to be like your like if the Giants go out and sign Fromber and then they go and sign Kyle Tucker. Like, I mean, the Giants would have had the best free agency of any team.
Yeah,
even if they sign just one of those guys, like they're going to be in a pretty good spot. But I agree. And by the way, this is Robbie Ray's last year. He did have an opt out after this season,
yes,
which I don't think he's going to be taken, obviously, with scheduled to be paid $25 million next year. So, I mean,
unless his arm falls off.
Unless his arm falls off.
But, yeah, then he's glad.
He's still probably opting in that.
Yeah.
Scenario. But
right.
Yeah, I mean, you look around and you look at this pitching staff, and I mean, I've been hearing stuff about the Giants being kind of connected to Max Scherzer as well. And
yeah.
I mean, do you really want two guys over the age of 40? I mean, do you really want that? I mean, assuming that they bring Verlander back next year, which I still think that they probably will do, because I mean, as long as he wants to come back, why wouldn't you?
I mean, even if he doesn't come back, though, even if Verlander doesn't come back and he's not a member of the San Francisco Giants, that was something too. Is that something we want to do again? Do we want to go down the farewell tour of these Hall of Famers that are well past their primes? Like, what does that do? Like, what does that do for this Giants team right now that's kind of in flux? Like what does that do for them? I don't know. I just don't know how much. Honestly. I just don't know how much Max Scherzer has in the tank at this point.
I think if you were already a playoff team and you thought that this guy could help get you into,
next
round or something, like if you made it to the say you made it to the NLCS last year and you lost, maybe you can justify adding a Max Scherzer because you think this guy's a big game pitcher. Maybe he's still got it. He showed this, this last year with Toronto. He showed in the postseason that when you need him, he can still get it done. And but can he get it done for 162? 40? What is he now? 41? I don't trust that, man. Like, I know that we've seen guys pitch forever in Major League Baseball. Shout out Jamie Moyer, who just rubber band.
Dude, incredible.
Never once did that arm fall apart.
He pitched till he was 50. He pitched till he was like 50.
Yeah, we've seen guys pitch into their 40s, like Randy Johnson as another guy who the Giants brought in late in his career, and he was well over the age of 40 at that point, and he was okay for the Giants. I think that he was. I think a lot of Randy Johnson's impact came later on when he was no longer with the team, because you saw the development and progression of guys like Matt Cain, Tim Lincecum, and Madison Bumgarner, who all were able to glean stuff from Randy Johnson, who's obviously one of the best pitchers of all time. But I mean, when I'm sitting here looking at the free agents, I mean, Valdez is kind of the only one that gets me excited. Like, I don't really want, like, Ranger Suarez is going to demand a huge contract because he had this great year. He has not consistently been that guy throughout his career. I mean, Fromber and Dylan Cease is another guy who's been a little up and down throughout his career. He's 30 years old, or going to be 31 next season, I believe. And that's not, I don't know. Like, you got to at some point start building towards the future if you're the Giants. And I know that they want to win now. I know they want to get to the postseason, but I would rather see them, develop Carson Whisenhunt and see if the choice is like, do we leave Carson Whisenhunt in the starting rotation, or do we go out and get a Max Scherzer? I'd rather see the young kid, because who cares if you make the final wild card spot this season and you lose in the wild card game with and you don't make a real postseason push? I mean, it's going to be really tough. And obviously the Giants have a lot of other holes. They, as I just saw Mike Val post in the chat, you got to rebuild that bullpen for sure. Yeah. I mean, it is abysmal. But I feel like that's going to be easier than finding an ace 1B to Logan Webb. But one guy we have not talked about who I think is, and I'm prepared to get hurt again. I'm gonna lead with that, because every time we see a guy who's gonna come over here from overseas, they go to one of two teams.
Yeah.
And I'm ready to get hurt again. Well,
and which teams are those? Which teams are those?
It's the Yankees and the other team that I don't want to talk about at all today, and we don't need to bring them up any more than what I've already done. But, I'm going to butcher his name, but Tetsuya Imai, man, he looks good. And he, I mean, you read what people have said about him, like former pros that have played in Japan and had to face him. They all say that this guy is the most MLB ready pitcher from Japan right now. And you hear what he says in these interviews, and I mean, he could just be saying stuff, you know what I mean? Like, a lot of guys say a lot of shit, but I said that the one thing he wants to do as an MLB player is strike Shohei Ohtani's ass out. So if you come to the Giants, you're going to have a lot of chances to go strike him out, and there will be no fan base that will be more excited about that than this one. So if that's really what he wants to do, and maybe I'm an idiot for believing what this guy is just saying, but I would love to see him in a Giants uniform. I think that would be a big splash signing, and obviously it's always a gamble, right? To go and sign a international player and see how they'll produce against major league talent. We've obviously seen Jung-Hoo Lee have some issues and stuff like that. But again, he's this guy's 27 years old, and he had a 10-5 record last year with a 1.92 ERA. And again, he's got stuff that will play. He's got the velo, he's got the movement. I mean, he looks like an MLB pitcher, and it would be a big risk, but you got to risk it to get the biscuit, right? Like nothing ever came just from playing it safe. And I think the Giants need to start swinging, man. And the one good thing about
swinging and making contact, mind you. Yeah.
But the guy who's holding the bat, so to speak, is Posey. And he has not been afraid to take some big swings and make some big connections, both in his playing career and as the president of baseball operations for the Giants. I mean, when's the last time we saw an in-season trade for like a perennial all-star for the Giants? I mean, I can't even like Hunter Pence. That's the last time probably. And you look what he did for the Giants when he was added to that team. He was they don't win all those World Series without Hunter Pence. And Rafi Devers could be a part of the same thing. And you look around at this roster, I feel like this team is really just like one guy away, and like one impactful guy, mind you. But offensively, I think this lineup needs again, Kyle Tucker would be amazing, but that's probably not going to happen. I would really, really like for that to happen. But again, probably not going to. There's other guys out there they could go and chase down. I think you got to temper your expectations to more like a Harrison Bader. You know what I mean? I feel like that's kind of where they're going to be. I
don't want to hear that shit. Come on.
I feel like that's where they're going to be living in their.
Yeah, no, I hear you. I hear you. I mean, here's the thing with Imai, right? I mean, you talk about the interviews and saying that, I want to strike out Shohei Ohtani. Well, again, I saw the graphic. I pulled it up here. I showed everybody on the YouTube chat, and I had a little bit of a chuckle because you said the same thing that I said, is that I'm ready to get hurt again, right? Because literally I said the list that they listed for the probabilities of Imai, it went, I believe it was Giants. I think it was Giants, Mets, Red Sox, Yankees, and then everyone else, right? I mean, the Dodgers were on that list. The Blue Jays were on the Cubs, the Orioles, the Diamond. Anyways, I looked at that list and I was just like, damn, did they just copy and paste this shit from Roki Sasaki like a year ago? Is this the same list? I gotta go back. I gotta go back and compare and contrast, because I swear to God that was the same exact list that I was looking at. And then if you go back and listen to what Roki Sasaki said, right? I mean, he was just like, no, I don't want to go. I don't like Hollywood. I don't like the limelight. No, I'm very low key. And then what did he do?
He went to LA and started crying when he started getting shelled, is what he did.
Yeah. Well, he's also crying, holding that World Series championship ring. So yeah, man. I mean, I'm prepared to get hurt again, but I would love to see somebody like that come over here. I don't know. I didn't do too much research on it as far as Imai, because the Roki Sasaki stuff, I think Imai's a little bit older, right? So he's a true free agent. He can sign anywhere.
He can. He's
Yeah.
I think you have to be 27 exactly for you to come over from Japan. I could be wrong about this, but I'm pretty sure.
I think it's 27 or like some type of service time.
Exactly.
I believe.
Exactly.
But if you don't meet any of those qualifications, you can come over. But then it's a different. You're part of the international player pool. So I don't think that they're part of that. It's kind of like, it's more so like the same thing with Munetaka Murakami as well. I think that they're both in the ballpark of Yamamoto when he came over. Remember when he got the 10-year, $330 million or whatever? I think that we're looking at dollars like that. It's not necessarily the international player market to where every team can give the same amount of money. It's just a matter of where he can go, like Roki Sasaki. I think it's a little bit more different. You have more buying power in this situation.
Yeah, so you just got to outbid people, which, again, that's not what the Giants have done in the past. But Buster Posey has shown that he is willing to do things a little bit differently than guys in the past. So
do you think, I mean, I said we weren't going to talk free agents, but now we're just like getting into it. Do you think that the Giants make a splash? Do you think that that's where we're tracking right now? Do you think that they're going to make a big move?
I do. And I think it'll be similar to last year, where you have the one big splash and then a lot of like Dinkin and Duncan, which I mean, that's a successful free agency. And if you're anybody but the Dodgers or the Yankees or the Mets, I guess nowadays, or maybe the Padres from a couple years ago before they started taking out loans to pay their players, if you are going to get in bed with these types of negotiations and deals, you got to be willing to shell out. I mean, just insane, like record-breaking contracts. And I mean, I don't think anyone's going to eclipse the Ohtani contract, but we're going to see a lot of contracts that look more and more similar to that in future years. I mean, remember when Bryce Harper signed that like $300 million deal, and it was at the time it was like, oh my God, $300 guaranteed million is astronomical and insane. And now you have, Ohtani approaching $1 billion guaranteed dollars contract, and it's only a matter of time before we see a guy actually eclipse that number, which is going to be, I mean, that's like the valuation of an entire franchise. It's completely insane. But
what was hilarious about the Bryce Harper thing? Do you remember when that happened? Bryce Harper got his contract, and then like 2 days later, Mike Trout got his extension and made more.
Yeah.
I thought that was, I was like, yeah, enjoy the limelight for 2 minutes, Bryce Harper.
Yep. And now
go F yourself
about that contract.
Yes,
Yeah,
dude. Yeah, no, it's going to be really interesting. I mean, the baseball money. I mean, I have my kid coming here in a couple 5 weeks away from today. Yeah, I'm gonna try to get him on a major league roster. I gotta get that payday. You know what I mean?
Basketball, man, just not football. We always, I have like a
basketball.
Yeah,
basketball
is pretty insane, man. I'm just saying. I mean, I know they got a salary cap, but like,
hold on.
So many mid guys in the NBA luck into these massive contracts. It's insane.
Basketball. Have you seen how tall I am, Eric? I don't think that's in my genetic pool. Okay. Unless he's gonna go out there and be Muggsy Bugs. I don't think that's in the cards.
Earl Boykin played for the Warriors, man.
Oh God, no.
Earl Boykin.
Get out of here. Have you seen how tall I am? Have you seen how tall I am? No, that's no chance. No chance. He has more possibility of being the next Jose Altuve. All right. Minus the cheating.
Gonna get him started on the buzzers early or something. I mean, should I already got you a baby shower gift, but should I also gift you like a baby trash can with a little?
Yes.
A little
yeah, you should. Yeah, you should. Yeah, you should. Oh, dude, that'd be so hilarious. I just got him on here on the podcast, and he's just like tapping the tapping the garbage can. Oh my god, dude, that's incredible. All right, well let's wrap this thing up. I just want to get the last couple of thoughts. We talked about the pros. What are the cons? Because my pro, real quick, I think I got into it earlier. Maybe I didn't actually. My pro is that the Giants finally broke two, not curses, but they broke two streaks, right? Or potentially. Elliot Ramos is most likely going to be your starting left fielder next year, right? That streak is going to be is going to be done. The last guy to go back to back, you know who it is. He's not in the Hall of Fame. He should be in the Hall of Fame, but Barry Lamar Bonds. That's the last guy that did that for the San Francisco Giants to go back to back opening days, starting in that position. But then the other one that was broken is the 30 home run drought. The same guy, Barry Lamar Bonds, done in the same season, but by two different guys. They broke things that hadn't been done since Barry Bonds was on this Giants team. But also I'm going to tie to that Rafael Devers. We get a full year of Rafael Devers. And I think that the more comfortability that he's going to have in San Francisco with his teammates at first base, I think that tracks really well to where that part of this Giants team, I feel really confident about. Obviously, you feel confident about Logan Webb. You feel confident about certain aspects of the pitching rotation and certain aspects of the bullpen. It's kind of pro, not really. They still got to improve that part. But the 30 home run guy, I think they might have 2 30 home run guys next year, potentially 3, but definitely with Willy Adames and Rafael Devers. So those are my pros. Cons. Let's get into the cons really quickly, and then I'm just gonna get your letter grades. I'm gonna read off the roster, and we'll get on out of here. We'll call it a night. But cons for this Giants team. What would it be? Because there are a lot of potential candidates for this. I mean, do you want to go con Jung-Hoo Lee? Do we know what he's capable of yet? Is it too early to do that? We have to wait and see process? He did just finish his first MLB season, right? His first full season. Are you going to go the back end of the rotation? Are you going to go the back end of the bullpen? Are you going to go right field set? Like there's a lot of candidates for the cons of this team. Hell, do you want to go Tony Vitello? I don't know. Is that a con? I don't know, man. But where are you leaning at when I ask you? What's the first thing that pops in your mind? Giants con for the Giants entering the 2026 season.
It's kind of a combination of all of these things, and the way I'm going to phrase this is the Giants are very mid, right? Like very, very mid. They finished perfect mid this year, right at 500. But there's not a lot of upgrades that you can make at a lot of these positions because you're kind of stuck with some of these guys. And there's specifically three guys or three positions rather that I think are I mean, more than that the team could improve on. But there's 3 main spots that I don't know if the Giants can upgrade. And I don't know if they're good at those positions either. And that is center field, second base, and catcher.
Ooh.
And I mean, it's all the same story with these 3 guys, albeit different players and it's different things. But each one of these guys and I'm talking about Jung-Hoo Lee, Casey Schmidt, and Patrick Bailey, they each do something very well. Like each one of these guys has a thing where they are like really good at this one thing, but it's all these other things that they still just have not shown you enough in. And right. for Jung-Hoo Lee, I was really happy to see his that he was able to start making good, solid contact at the end of last year. I believe he was over 300 for about the last 2 months of the season, which that's a good sign because, as you said, it was essentially his rookie year. And the way that normally tracks for guys is if you come onto the scene and you make a big impact, the league adjusts to you, and you either adjust to those adjustments or you don't, and you don't figure it out, and you're out of the league in a couple of years. Jung-Hoo Lee adjusted to the adjustments that pitchers made when they were facing him. So that's a good thing. But the glove was not as good as we expected it to be, and that was perplexing to me because this is a guy who should be a Gold Glove caliber center fielder, and maybe it's just him getting used to Oracle. Maybe it's just him trying to, get comfortable, or I don't really know what it is because he has all the physical tools to succeed out there. Maybe he's still scarred from separating his shoulder against that wall. As a guy who's had 3 shoulder surgeries, I know there are certain things that when I go to do them, I hesitate because I'm like, oh no, I don't want that to happen again. And maybe he's still got a little mental block to that. And then when I look at Casey Schmidt, the glove is up and down at second, even though he was a very good glove at third base in the minor leagues. Like, I'm pretty sure he won a minor league gold glove at third base at one point in time. He's a very good third baseman. Hasn't really translated to second base, but also maybe that gets better with more reps, right? He's if he has a full off season of training at that position, a full spring training of it, maybe that helps. But hitting wise, you look around at the second base position. I mean, Casey Schmidt might be in the top half of second baseman, like talking about his bat right now. Like, I'm not even talking about projecting for the future. I mean, second base position right now in baseball is absolutely abysmal. Like, there's nobody. Like, I mean, we are in the same fantasy baseball league, and every year that's the last position I draft because they're all so bad. Like, there's nobody that plays second base that is really going to make
it's a position that's going extinct, essentially. Yeah. It doesn't have the importance as it once did, and I think that's because of analytics, bro. Yeah, I think so. Like they're just trying to find just someone that is comparable. Like, you're not going to find a second baseman out there that can flash to leather like you could have in years past, because that was kind of the staple for a second baseman. Like, you needed him to be a good defender rather than a good bat. Now they're just like, oh, let's get a decent bat out there, and everything else will kind of work itself out. But there's not even that. There's not even that anymore, because they're not athletic. They're just putting them at the corners.
If the ghost of Joe Panic came back to the Giants tomorrow, he might be the best second baseman in all of baseball. And that's not even like hyperbole, man. Like, he literally might be like the best second baseman in baseball if the Giants were able to find a second baseman that played at Joe Panic's peak level. Yeah. That would be, I mean, a top 5 second baseman in all of baseball. It's crazy how bad that position is. So
let me ask you real quick, since we're talking about second base. I asked Mike, because we were talking about all the positions too. Mike Val earlier when he called in. Are you more confident going into next year with Casey Schmidt than you were with Tyler Fitzgerald last year?
Yes.
Yes,
right. Yes. Right. Because Tyler Fitzgerald last year had a major hole in his swing, and we all knew what it was. Right. He can't hit outside pitching. And once the league started to figure that out, like, he had that month where he had 12 bombs in the 1 month, and virtually every single one of those came on an inside pitch.
It was more like 2 weeks. It was more like 2 weeks. It wasn't even a month. It was like 2 weeks.
And then the rest of the year, you didn't see him adjust to the adjustments, which is the reason why I do like Jung-Hoo Lee's trajectory. But I did not really like Fitzgerald's trajectory. That was more of a hope and a prayer, I think. Yeah. Whereas Casey Schmidt, you have seen incremental improvement. This was a guy who, I mean, seemed like he was going into the box with his eyes closed and just swinging as hard just swinging like Matt Stairs in the box on every single pitch, and trying to hit a 500-foot bomb every single time he was up there. He's not really doing that anymore. His at-bats look a lot better. He's not swinging at pitches that would, hit a guy who was standing in the left-handed batter's box. He looks a lot more controlled at the plate, a lot more disciplined. A batting average has got to get better though. I mean, he has the power. Power is going to be there. If he can bump up that batting average just a little bit, he's going to be one of the top 10 hitting second basemen in all of baseball, which is crazy to say because this guy is borderline minor leaguer. And that's absolutely insane.
So just to finish up the second baseman conversation with the hitting coach, right? Because that was something that was I couldn't understand it with Pat Burrell. I couldn't understand why there was a lack of adjustments, right? There was a lack of consistency amongst all the players for the Giants. And obviously that the responsibility does lie on the player, the guy that is actually swinging the bat, right? There is a little bit to that, but now you flash forward to with all these changes to the coaching staff, right? And they brought in Hunter Mentz, right? He was the assistant hitting instructor in Toronto. And what we just saw in Toronto and how they took the Dodgers to the brink, right? I mean, they had multiple opportunities and they had their chance to steal that ring away from the Dodgers. They didn't capitalize on it, but they what you see from that team was their strength was their hitting. Right. Yeah. They didn't strike out. They put the balls in play. That was something.
It was a bunch of randoms too, for the most part.
And what I was going to say is that with that hitting style, and if it translates coming from Toronto to San Francisco with the help of Hunter Mentz, do you think that Casey Schmidt can be a little bit like Ernie Clement?
I hope so, man.
Do you think that he can get to that little get to that point, like one of those? Can he be a Nathan Lukes, or Lucas? Like can he be one of those complimentary guys that we saw on that World Series team for the Blue Jays? That's my question. I would love to see if that's possible.
And I think he's your best option, right? Because there's nobody that you're going to go out and get that might get you closer to a season like that. That's it. That's in the free agency pool. Like there's just not. If you're looking at second base, you're talking about guys like Willie Castro, Jorge Polanco, Jose Iglesias. Like
it's not good. It's not good. Yeah.
Dylan Moore, like Ahmed Rosario. I mean,
I like a Polanco though. I like a Polanco.
I mean,
he's decent
if he can stay healthy. But that guy's going to play.
He did okay in where was he? He was with the Mariners, right?
Yeah, he was with the Mariners.
Yeah, he did okay there.
And I think there's a chance he goes back there as well. A lot of these guys could re-sign their contracts, but
right.
I mean, Dylan Moore, 33 years old, Jose Iglesias, 36 years old. Like, I mean, do you really want to go out and get one of these guys? Like, none of these guys really, Tyro Estrada is a free agent. You want to go back and try that again? I mean, there's nothing out there. There's virtually nothing out there. I mean, in my dream fantasy land, like if I'm playing MLB The Show and I'm the Giants this offseason, like I'm going to go get Bo Bichette and turn him into a second baseman. But zero chance that actually happens in real life. Like that's just not going to happen. So second base is a big question mark. Maybe shout out baby Huey. Second base may be the biggest question mark on this team, but there's nobody out there. There's virtually nobody out there. Even if you were going to go trade for somebody, who are you trading for? Like,
well, and honestly, so what's interesting is that you say that, right? You look at the options that there are in free agency, and Buster Posey goes out there in the GM meetings and he says that we have to improve from within, right? Like that was the quote of the GM meetings from Las Vegas, was that we need to improve from within. And I mean, you take it with like literal, like, are you taking it from like literally the guys that are on this roster? Or are you taking it more organizational philosophy of the development and the farm system? Obviously you could look at it in that aspect, but with him saying that's kind of him saying, look, we looked, at the positions that we possibly need to upgrade at, second base being one of them, right field being another. And quite frankly, we have to improve from within, because what is out there and what we can pay for isn't better than what we currently have. And maybe that's a tell as to what they're going to do and what they're going to try to do with Casey Schmidt and try to elevate him. And like I said, man, I mean, I'm saying it halfway joking, but maybe Hunter Mentz can turn Casey Schmidt into an Ernie Clement. I'm just saying, bro. Like one of those guys, one of those unsung heroes in Toronto. Maybe that could be their guy.
Yeah, I don't think that's out of the realm of possibility. And I think of all the options we just laid out for you, Casey Schmidt's the best one to get you there. And that's kind of scary, right? Like I said, this is a guy who, like, on another team, like, he's probably not a starter. He's probably a backup, but he's your best option. And there's a whole lot of backups you can go get to push at push him at the position. But you already got Christian Koss to basically do the same thing. So second base, you kind of just got to roll with what you got. And going back to that Buster Posey comment, I do think that that's a kind of a holistic statement. Like he's talking about everything from the new coaches coming in to like you said, the problems that the Giants had with which pains me to say, with Pat Burrell as their hitting instructor or hitting coach last year. It was not very good at times, and they didn't make a lot of adjustments. It didn't seem like they had a plan in the box in a lot of games, but everybody's got to be incrementally better. Willie Adames can't take 3 months to get going. Rafi Devers can't take 2 months to get going. Like, these guys got to, I mean, Adames is a historically slow starter in the league, but I mean, sure, we'll give you April. You can have a subpar April. By the time March or May rolls around, he's got to be hitting the ground running. He can't be a below average glove for the first half of the season. Like all those things got to be better. And I think they will be because he's such his game is so mental, right? Like he's one of those guys who, if his mental is right and he's being that goofy dude out there on the field and he's bouncing around and joking with everybody, including guys on the other team. And he's feeling himself like that. That's when he plays his best ball. When you saw him at the beginning of last season, he looked tight. He looked like he was pressing. He looked like he was trying to swing out of his shoes at every single pitch. He wasn't seeing the ball well. But yeah, I just wish that I wish that we would see a little bit of consistency from both of those guys. And we'll see if they're able to do that this season. But the other big part of this, which is I think that people aren't talking enough about, and this is funny to say, just even thinking it in my brain, it's making me laugh. People aren't talking enough about how important the backup catcher position is for the San Francisco Giants, because
I mean, it's
actually a hugely important, that might be the single most important position for the Giants to shore up, because a good backup catcher that can actually have give Pat Bailey a one day off per series and keep Pat Bailey's legs fresh throughout the year, that's going to help Pat Bailey continue to be Pat Bailey and actually hit the ball decently well, which we've seen him do in, streaks, but not consistently. And if he's able to, I think, worry a little bit less about trying to just be durable and he's able to just focus on his game, that's going to be better for him. It would also be nice if the Giants had just the same backup catcher for the whole season, because it's been a couple years now where, their plan was bring in Tom Murphy, who's going to be a guy who's going to run into a few bombs, and he's a serviceable backup catcher, and he's going to provide you a pinch hit power bat in certain situations. And instead,
you play 3 games.
Yeah, in 2 years. I forgot he was on the roster.
I forgot too. I was like, Tom Murphy.
And then you have, but then you roll out there with guys like Blake Sable and Kinsner and all these other rants, Sam Huff, and it's none of this is gonna be serviceable throughout a whole season. You got to find a guy who, I think they should just go and sign a guy who will push Pat Bailey for that starting position. And I mean, I'm not saying go out and sign JT Realmuto because he's going to command a pretty big contract. That's not what I'm saying. But bring in maybe an Austin Barnes, or I don't know, maybe like a Danny Jansen. You got to bring in somebody who's gonna maybe you said Eli Whiteside. Maybe you can maybe you got to bring in somebody to push Pat Bailey at that position and make him earn that role. Maybe in Elias Diaz, who a couple years ago made the All-Star team over Pat Bailey in one of the most egregious oversights in all of Major League Baseball. But but you got to bring in anybody who's
maybe they did already.
Maybe
they did with that trade with Camilo Doval, Jesus Rodriguez, right? Maybe that's the guy to apply a little bit of pressure on Patrick Bailey. I don't know.
That could be part of what Buster was talking about, improving from within. But you got to find a guy who you can actually rely on. And I'm not saying for 100 games. I'm saying for 60 games. You need a guy who's serviceable for one game a series, and that's all you need. But the Giants have not been able to find that these last few years. It's really hurt Pat Bailey. And when you have a guy that is, how much better would the Giants be if Pat Bailey batted .235 and hit 10 home runs? They win probably. They
might be a playoff team.
Yeah. Literally that could be the difference between that team winning 3 to 5 more games and making the playoffs as that last wild card seed versus them finishing 500 and not being in the postseason. So that position alone is so huge for the Giants. And of course, don't get me wrong, right field's a big hole. It would be great if they went out and signed Kyle Tucker, but you look at everybody else. You know who led right fielders in WAR that's available? The next highest WAR of available right fielders in the postseason is Mike Yastrzemski. That's the next best option for a right fielder. If you don't sign Kyle Tucker, still re-sign Mike Yastrzemski. Which
dude, I said earlier, I was like, because we were talking about grades. And Mike gave a D to right field, and I was like, hold on, who are you giving a D to? Who the hell's out there? We don't know who's in right field. And then I said, I never thought I'd say this. I think I miss Mike Yastrzemski.
But hey, I will say, Drew Gilbert, man, I really like that guy, and I think he could. I think he could be a.
I think Derek's drunk on Mai Tais.
Dude, Derek living it up out there in Hawaii. Hell yeah.
I keep telling him to tan his cheeks. I don't know if he has yet though.
Dude, he should.
Yeah,
I wonder who's got tanner cheeks, him or Copes, because I don't think Copes is very tan cheeks. You know what I mean?
No, but I think Copes is more willing to tan his cheeks. You know what I mean?
That's very true. That's very true.
Yeah.
If you dare Copes to tan his cheeks out there in Hawaii, I mean, the pants are going to come off like right on spot, you know, like right.
Oh yeah, no, 100%. So, they're already off. You don't even have to ask them to. Like they're you just walking around commando. Yeah, you know what I mean. He's ready.
I think I think the whitest ass competition for KMBR hosts would probably be between Derek Papa and Marcus Boucher. I've never even seen Marcus in shorts. I think maybe like twice I've seen Marcus in shorts. He's not a shorts guy. He's a pants guy, you know. And
I don't know if Murph's ass sees the light of day.
I mean, Murph, I think gets an exempt from this one. I mean, nobody wants to see Murph tan in the cheeks.
No, you know what? Murph was shorts, so he might have a little bit of tan there. You remember that story when he went to a bachelor party? He wore a short jean shorts like the Daisy Duke. He wore Daisy Dukes, bro. That's a hell of a move. That's a hell of a move.
I just can't get the visual of Murph in jorts.
Oh, that's terrible, man. That's terrible. All right, well, I think that's where we wrap things up, man. We definitely got into the weeds of the Giants and the weeds of butt cracks at KMBR. So, dude, I appreciate you stopping by here for the last half hour. Talk some Giants baseball with me. It's always fun to talk ball. I was talking to everyone else in the YouTube chat earlier. It's just it's kind of a breath of fresh air. It's a little refreshing to talk some Giants ball. Obviously, we got Warriors. We got football season going on and a lot of distractions and all that kind of stuff. But there's nothing more that lights up my life than talking baseball, man. So I appreciate it, especially with you too. I mean, we used to have really spirited debates back in the day. So bringing it here to the podcast is a lot of fun, man. So I appreciate you stopping by here. And I know we won't do it, or we'll do it again soon. I'm not doing a podcast next week because of Thanksgiving, but you'll pop in. I'll send you an invite every now and then. You're more than welcome. Stop by, crash the show.
As long as I'm not at one of my 4 jobs, I'm always happy to.
Yeah, you're a working man, bro. Yeah. Four jobs. Yeah, you're sounding like me now. You're sounding like me.
I mean, it's all good stuff. You know what I mean? Like I'm grateful for it. It's a lot better than the alternative, which is not enough jobs. But
yeah, that's true.
But yeah, man, I would like a little bit of a free time here in the future, but not. I'm looking into the crystal ball and I'm not seeing any of it. So we'll just keep doing the same thing we've been doing, which is just burning the candle at both ends. You know, like I still have continued to go do all the classic Triple E things, which is like, you know, going directly from one job. Like last weekend, for instance, I went to a rave on Friday night.
Yeah, you did.
Woke up the next morning at 8 a.m. after getting home at like 4 a.m. and went and engineered a Stanford basketball game. Came back from that Stanford basketball game, had exactly 30 minutes to change, eat food, and go to another rave that same day. And we're just gonna keep doing the same stuff. I mean, we're just gonna keep doing the same thing. And Huey, I definitely can't afford a haircut still. I'm digging the long hair. I'm waiting for Walt to blink first. I'm waiting for Walt to chop the locks before I do it. You know?
Oh, I'm not chopping it, bro. I only cut the sides.
We're both just gonna until we're looking like
I got a pony going right now, dude. You can't see it, but I got a ponytail going right now.
Oh man.
Look at Marcus chiming in from the Big Island. Passion for the Pastime is the #1 baseball podcast on the Big Island. Yeah, Marcus, you better spread the word, baby. You better you better go put the URL all over the Big Island. I want all the Hawaiians to be watching the show. You know what I mean?
You got to start working in some pigeon into your takes, man. You got to start hitting them with like some chewy, you know what I mean? Or like, you know, something. You got to give the Hawaiian people something to work with.
Yeah, for sure, man. All right, well, Eric, I appreciate you, bro. I'll talk to you. I'll talk to you soon. I'll actually talk to you this weekend. I'll see
you at Stanford, sir.
I will see you at Stanford.
And we'll also see maybe Greg Silver at Stanford as well. He's doing his
we will. We're all just, the Bay Area is converging on. No, I don't want to be in the same car with you. What the fuck?
Pick us all up. You're the furthest away, so it's up to you to come and pick all of us up and get us to Stanford on time. While we're all counting on you.
I think I'll pass. I could barely be in the same building with you. I could barely be on the same podcast with you for 30 minutes. I'm not driving down to Stanford for an hour. I'm good.
But man, it's why not? Dude?
I feel like I hurt your feelings with that one. I'm sorry. I'll take that back.
If you've watched Stanford football at all in the last 6 years, then
I haven't.
There's no reason to be offended by that.
All right, Eric, dude, I'll talk to you soon, bro. Appreciate you stopping by.
Yep. See ya.
All right, that was Eric Engel of the Locked On Podcast Network, and I am Walter. You got to set that ready to pack it all up. Pack it all up. We are good to go. We are out of here. Talk some Giants baseball here. We're getting some people chiming in from the Big Island. I saw Derek in here. I saw Marcus Boucher in here. You guys go drink your damn Mai Tais, all right? And tan the cheeks. I need to see tan cheeks tomorrow morning. That's what I need to see. Never mind. I'm not gonna go there. All right, you guys. I appreciate everyone stopping by here on the podcast tonight. It was a lot of fun. We were talking some Giants baseball, talking the pros and the cons, what the Giants need to address going into the winter meetings. And we'll talk about some of those things that they might address the next time that we reconvene. We won't be doing a podcast next week, as I mentioned at the beginning of the show. Let Rockin' New Era know. And when we do come back, Rockin' is going to give me a full breakdown of Wicked 2 as for the reason as why he missed tonight's podcast. So we'll do that on December 3rd. That'll be our next podcast. I might do some short videos here and there during Thanksgiving week, breaking down some players here for the Giants as we get closer to the winter meetings that start in Orlando December 7th through the 10th in Orlando. So we'll talk about some of the big key free agents that the Giants could potentially target as we get closer to the winter meetings. We'll do that the next time that we reconvene. So everybody that stopped by here, rocking for a few minutes, Baby Huey, Otis Bird, Derek, Mike Val, Eric Engel for stopping by and talking some ball with us for a half an hour. Danny Dunn stopped by from finishing up building his damn bed frame. Got to get a breakdown of that also the next time that we reconvene. Tim Webb stopping by. Tim, I need you to tan those cheeks. But everybody, thank you all for stopping by. Ernie Chavez stopped by earlier today. I'm trying to remember if I forget anybody, I apologize. Oh, AJ Cruz, he didn't call in tonight, but he did stop by and say hello. So you guys have a good one. Be safe. We'll talk about the Giants free agents, who they could potentially be targeting next time that we reconvene. The pros and the cons for the Giants. There's a little bit of pros, a lot of maybes. I don't know if I'd go full cons, but a lot of maybes on this Giants roster for their success going into 2026. So next time we reconvene, we will talk about the free agents that are available that the Giants can go out and get to make this team a little better. I don't know if they're going to do it. I don't know. But we'll have to see what Buster Posey has up his sleeve, because he has surprised us in the past. That is something that we come to be familiar with the former catcher and all-star Buster Posey. So you guys have a good one. Be safe. Enjoy the holidays. Happy Thanksgiving to everyone out there. I will talk to you December 3rd. That'll be our next podcast. Until then, be safe and go Giants.